So today we are going to be doing mugs that are going to be drawn with Infusible Ink markers. So last time I showed you how to use the transfer sheets to make mugs like these, and today we are going to be using the markers. I'm using this pack of markers plus also the freehand markers. You can use either or, and then again the Cricut mugs, heat resistant tape, and a lint roller. And then for this one we're going to need some butcher paper because it's a little bit different than using just the transfer sheets, and laser copy paper. We're going to be needing to draw these on. Laser works the best to get the colors on there. And then your mug press and mugs, and we're going to be making these cute best friends mugs. So we're going to go through Design Space. I'm going to show you how to design these and change the colors. The Cricut will outline these and then we will color them in. And this one, I'm going to show you how to use the actual transfer sheets, and we're going to draw on them with the markers. So you can do both. So super cool. Another one I did using kind of this method and coloring things in. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to go and click on projects on this side. And here you can see that there's quite a few mug setups already. So we are going to use this drawn mug design setup. I'm going to click on this. And then down here this is where you'll choose a small or a large. So I'm going to click on large and customize. And again, it will bring it on my screen with these guides up here that we will hide when we're done with them. So you can just cut this out just as is on a piece of laser copy paper and have you or your kids or whatever just color directly on it and do freehand. Just remember it will be mirror, so you probably don't want to do words and things like that that have a direction to them. You don't even have to put anything on here. You can just cut it out and then you'll have this thing plain. But we are going to add some things on. So I am actually going to go into images. We're going to type in best friends and find this rainbow. Okay, so right here in best friends rainbow, we're going to click on this, insert our shape, and then I'm actually going to size it right now. So I'm going to pull it bigger until it kind of fits on here how I want it. And we're going to make 2 of these. So we are going to cut this in half. But I'm just kind of checking the size wise right now. So once it's the size I want, I'm going to actually use my cursor to go around all of these, and I'm actually going to duplicate this. Okay, and move that one down. So we have 1 for each side. Okay, so on this, what I want to do is, since I'm going to have this draw the outlines, I'm going to come up to here and go to pin. So it's going to convert that. Okay, so now I'm actually going to ungroup it because now I need to change all of the colors to what we want. But this I'm actually going to delete off all of this side because I'm not going to use this side over here. Okay, so I just clicked on there and X'd them out. So on this one, I'm going to do this in a black marker. So I'm going to come up here, and under here you'll see the markers, and the marker set I'm using is a 1mm marker. And then you'll see as I scroll down, it actually says black Infusible Ink. So I'm going to click on that. So you see it turns that color. And then I'm going to click on this layer, and I'm going to do the same thing. Go to marker, come down to yellow. Okay, and then on the top one, I'm going to do the same thing and do red. Under marker, we'll get into the red, and this will just tells the machine to tell you what to use. Okay, and then it's hard to get over here, so I'm actually going to use my layers panel over here. I'm going to click on this one, which is that 3rd one there, and that one I'm doing in green. So I'm going to go to green Infusible Ink, and then my last one here, I'm going to go to the vivid blue.
Okay, so I have that side there. So now what I'm going to do, because that's where I want it, I'm going to click on this group, and over on my layers panel, I'm going to click that eyeball to hide it. And now I'm going to attach these. So again, using my cursor, grabbing everything, and I hit the attach function right there. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to go into the pin, and then I'm going to ungroup these. And this time I'm going to delete all of this sides off. And then just going through and putting all these the same. Okay, so I'm going to hide this one here and attach this one. And this one I didn't change those, but I would change them. I just want to show you what happens when you go to make it. So they will be on here, and again you will want to do the mirror setting. Okay, and click continue, and then connect to your Bluetooth to your machine, and then select laser copy paper inside of the machine settings. Okay, and now we're going to cut them out.
Okay, so I'm going to just put, this is just laser copy paper. I'm going to put it on a mat, and I'm just going to follow all the prompts that Cricut Design Space is giving me. So right now you can see it's showing to load the Vivid Blue Infusible Ink pen. So I'm going to put that in this place here and push my blinking light and let it draw. Okay, and my place has paused and it's showing to load the black marker. So you don't unload the mat or anything. I'm just going to take this right out and put my black infusible ink in and just push the blinking C light. Okay, and you see it pause, it's blinking again. I'm going to take this out, and now my screen is telling me to load the green marker. So I'm just going to stick that right in there, push it down until it clicks, close my clamp, and push my button. Okay, it paused again. Now it's telling me to load red. I'm going to put the red one in and push the button. And lastly, it's telling me to load the yellow marker. Put that in and push the button. And after it draws that, it's now gonna cut it out. Okay, I'll unload my mat. And now pull this off. Okay, and again, remember it's mirror. So now I'm just going to color all of these in, and we will add it to the mug. So you can color them in with any of the markers. These are these markers, and then I also have the freehand markers, so I'm just going to use these. And that's why I used actually the same colors of these to draw in. So these are the dual tip. They have a bigger tip and a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to color these in. And that, while that's pressing, I'm gonna do this one. So I'm making the best friends. So I've already done this one. So now I'm gonna put this one on, and this one just has the markers on it. So it's a little bit different. But I'm gonna still lint roll it really well. Okay, so now this one, since it's just laser paper, it doesn't have anything sticky on it. So we are going to have to tape the entire thing. So I'm just going to, again, these things overlap there. So I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to tape one side down first. And then again, get it as tight as I can and tape the other one. Okay, so I am just going to tape the bottom just on the side there. And it's probably fine. Up on the top, it doesn't go too close, but I'm going to put it there. So these are going to go like this. So with this one, since it's just one paper, we need to protect our press. So this is where we're going to use butcher paper, and we're going to use 3 separate sheets. So I'm going to, usually I actually cut this before, but I'm just going to lay this here so I get kind of an estimate how big it is. Oops. And then cut these. Okay, so these are going to wrap around. It'll be a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut the end off. Okay, and again, this is just to protect our heat plate. So they don't need to be straight or really anything like that. I'm going to put all of these on here and tape that. Stretch these around and tape this side. Okay, so now this is going to protect the ink from getting onto my heat plate. So once this one is done, we will put that in. I'm just going to put this one in. Same thing. Push it down. Okay, and let that one go. Okay, so these have cooled down now. So I'm just going to remove the tape first. Remember, these have the 3 butcher papers on it, and you can see that the butcher paper stuff actually goes through the butcher paper, so that could have ended up on the press. That's why we put those on. There's that one. So now I have best friends. Super fun for 2 girls or kids to do. They could each have one, could even write their name.
Okay, so we're going to go to projects and we're going to go on the mug design setup. Click on this one and pick what edge we want. I am using a small ripped edge. And again, it will show me what it looks like, and I'm going to customize this. Okay, so this we're going to use, it's just going to cut my infusible ink just like this, and then I'm going to put in the stuff for the words, okay? So I actually am going to go to images, and if you go over on this project type, it actually has large and small press designs on here. So I'm going to click on the small, and you can see they have a whole bunch of them, and I found the flower one. So this one right here. So I'm going to click on this. And when it comes in, it's actually just to cut out of a white piece of paper, but I don't want that. I actually want to put this on this one so it cuts out those edges. So what I'm actually going to do is just detach this one. So down here on the right, I'm going to click on detach, and now I can move that. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this off because I don't need it. I'm going to move this down here. You can also unlock it, make it a little bit taller. Okay, and then I'm going to add the words. So I'm actually going to go into images. You can actually just type them too. I ended up, where did I find them? Do a blessed, and then I'm going to go into project type. No, then I'm going to go into operation type and do a draw only. And so I use this word right here. Insert it, and then actually use the contour tool. So I clicked on contour. I'm going to hide all the contours, and then I just want these ones. So I'm just going to click on these ones to where it turns kind of that dark gray. Okay, and make sure I have so everything else is dark. Let me see, what is this? Oh, no, I want okay, let me just make sure I have all the letters here. You can tell what that one's too. So let's see what happened. Oh, okay. So I still need to get rid of that top and that bottom one. So I'm going to click on that. Click on that. And there's still one more. Probably just easier to type the word out. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. Okay, so there's bless. So I'm just going to make this smaller, maybe a little bit bigger, and kind of center it underneath this one here. Okay, and then grab any other word you want. I'm going to go to draw only. Do worthy. Okay, so I use this one. And again, you can just easily type it and select writing, but I did the contour again. I'm going to hide all the contours. And click on these ones so they turn dark gray. I'm going to click this one because I don't want that. And let me get okay, let's see what that does. Okay, so that has everything there. Okay, so I'm just going to make this one a little bit smaller. And I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to shift and hold this one, and I'm going to actually align these just to the top so that they're the same. Okay, so once I have it like this, I'm actually going to click on this and I'm going to hide this now. So I'm going to click the eye over here, and then I'm going to grab all of these and attach these together. So now that will write. Okay, so now when we go to make it, we want to make sure we mirror this. And then when we go on, we're going to select our transfer paper and cut this out.
Okay, so for this one, I'm going to be using this pink lemonade. Maybe we'll go this way. Okay, so on my screen here, you'll see we have it. I've turned the mirror on. I'm going to click continue. Okay, I'm going to select Infusible Ink transfer sheet. It's telling me to load my black Infusible Ink pen and the fine point blade. Okay, so I'm just going to use this pack of markers, just this black one here. I'm just going to open up my A-clamp here, press this in until it clicks, and shut that. Already has my other blade in. So I'm going to load it. And then now that my light is blinking, and click on that and let that write and cut. Okay, so the machine paused and Design Space is telling me it's done. So I'm going to unload my mat, and take out my pen. Okay, and peel off the excess here. And take this off my mat. Okay, and again, sometimes this doesn't totally cut all the way through, so I'm just going to cut the plastic if it needed to, and the only thing I need to weed off of this one is just the edges here. Okay, so there that is, and this is for a small mug. So again, make sure to lint roll it really well. Press this one side down well. Kind of pull it as tight as I can and press this side down. Okay, and again, I like to tape the entire bottom, especially since I have the drawings on the bottom. Okay, and I'm just going to actually tape just this part. Okay, so my mug press is already heated up here. Okay, I'm going to put this in, push that down, and let that one press. So the 5th light is blinking, so it is almost done. Okay, so you see all the lights are blinking and it beeped at me, so I'm just going to lift this up, take this out. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Let me know how that came out. I guess I had a little black up on the top, but okay. So there you have it, some ways to use the markers to make ones on the paper, and then also using markers actually on the infusible ink sheets.